if this works, it's being tethered through my cell phone. We'll see if it does. Okay.
Cal, I'm a real estate investor, and I've created a laser beam approach to finding private lenders. I've done it all the way from audio.
Okay, you're not going to be able to hear this very well, it looks like.
3-day boot camp. And here's what a few of my students have to say.
I'm learning a lot of great stuff. You know, basically how to get the money from private lenders. It's more of a concise message. Gives me a little bit of direction and a lot of confidence to go out and get it.
So
We always knew that we had the opportunity to work with private lenders.
you can see the website, you might want to write that down, privatelendingmadeeasy.com. That will take you back to his website so you can look at some of his programs. He's got a lot of tapes, a lot of CDs, a lot of all kinds of things. I kind of went through and I was reading some things recently about how these people are making so much money in this. And I came across an article of a person who helped get Tony Martinez, who you're going to see coming up, going. He did tax liens. All these people, you know, get very successful at the real estate and at the buying and selling properties, and then they eventually go on the circuit of doing, you know, seminars and tapes and CDs. Writing books makes a lot of money. So they're not only making money from doing what they've learned how to do, they're making probably even more selling tools to the gold miners, right? Mark, you just got through saying that right now the biggest thing on the internet as far as making money is promoting, advertising for real estate. Information.
Real estate information is the biggest market there is.
Exactly. So, but you have to have enough knowledge and experience to be able to put something together and get it out there, and then that helps make you famous and rich, and on snowballs and away you go. So I'm not talking about going there personally. I'm just saying this is kind of what's going on. So he's got a lot of stuff that he can help teach you if you're interested in private lending. I think that right now, I had a lender back in Kentucky, and for the last maybe 2 months, he's been telling me I can get a loan for 2% credit. This is for credit challenged people. You only have to put 3% down. It was just, you know, one of these things that are so hard to believe. You go, well, if it's too hard, if it sounds too good, it's probably not true. Well, after 2 months of being on a contract and purchase agreements with a couple of people that are trying to sell some properties, they caved, they folded in, and so I thought, yeah, well, that's what I figured, you know. At least it doesn't sound like he's scamming people because they're sending the deposits back and the money back for people signed up. So immediately I said, okay, I need to get back out to Craigslist. I need to update all my ads and everything and just really push FHA financing and see where we can go with that. And right now, interest rates are as low as they've ever been. I'm sure you're looking at this. They're down to 4.5%, 4.25%. If you can get somebody that's got 620 or better on their credit on an FHA loan at 3.5%, it's almost as good as a loan that he was talking about. The only difference is, with his, you didn't have to have any credit. They were specifically targeted for people who had bad credit. Well, it fell through. It's not that difficult to find people that have 620 or better. So if you're holding off thinking, I'm not going to get this thing sold, you better get out there and start pushing really hard right now, because with interest rates as low as they are, and FHA is giving loans out there, you know, private lending is something that we're going to have to do. But right now, I would say, you know, if you're not doing private lending and you got something you're trying to get rid of, you better be out there trying to get rid of it now, because the rates are low. And FHA is funding these things.
Okay. They still want 20% down though, right?
No, FHA is a 3.5% down. That's like, you know, on a $50,000, $100,000 home, you're talking a couple of $1,000s. That's not that difficult for people in the Midwest on some of these properties to come up with. Okay. Oops. So let's go back. Let me get out of this. Okay. So this is coming up July 29th, 30th, 31st. Anybody going to this? Kylie Hatch, who's one of our members, has signed up. He's going to it. I'll be there. We'll let you know what happened. $4,500, that's what the whole program costs to go through some of this private lending, so it's not cheap, but I paid it years back and it wasn't like all at once. Okay, so now we're going to go on, we're going to talk a little bit about tax liens. This is Sean Higgins. Notice how he spells his name, S-A-E-N, isn't it normally S-E-A-N?
Yeah.
I kept going, did I miss something here? In any case, this came to me through an email from Jeff Adams. And I think you guys probably know, you've probably seen emails from Jeff Adams. He's another person out there that's doing pretty good on the real estate side.
Or a firefighter.
Exactly, exactly. So it came through, Tony was a person that was, working with Jeff on the webinar. I listened to it. It sounded pretty good, and I thought, I've been saying for years I'm going to get into tax liens, and I haven't done it. Especially this last wave, I needed to sell properties off in Santa Barbara, take the cash, go back out, sink it someplace before the banks all went down, and I ended up with an FDIC, whatever it is, it's $150,000 guarantee in the banks, and they raised it to $250,000. I just wanted to get that stuff out there, get something, and get rid of some of the properties I had. I did, so I put this on the back burner. Well, I got to listening to this, and I'm finally at the point now where I'm going, okay, I need to seriously get into this. 3 people, when I sent the email out to our group, we've got about 200 now in our group, and a number of them are out of state, other places, but in any case, about 3 people got back. Sheila signed up, and Larry signed up, and I did, and so actually Larry has been doing tax deeds. How long have you been doing tax deeds, Larry?
For a couple of years.
A couple of years now. Okay, so he's been doing tax deeds. He hasn't been doing tax liens, so this is kind of new for you on the tax liens.
Yeah.
It's going to be new for Sheila. It's going to be new for me. So we're all 3 going to kind of stay in better communications and see how things go. But so far, what do you feel from what you've seen?
It's the same research property. You got to research the property, or same research method to research the property. Get a tax lien, tax lien. You don't want to buy a bad property or investment in the lien before you find a deed to it. So it's kind of the same method. I'm real curious to see where it takes us.
And you have been tax deeds in the past. You've got a feeling for that. Did you go to the physical auction?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
counties, yeah, they vary from county to county. Some of them are on websites. Bid for assets. They have it on Bid for Assets quite often.
What was the name of it?
Bid for Assets.
Bid for Assets, okay.
Yeah.
Bidforassets.com.
Yeah, and then I go to Bid for, yeah.
It's a digit.
Number 4?
Number 4, yeah.
Okay, BID, number 4, assets.com. Okay. And when you did that, did you buy tax deeds for properties out of state online?
No, it was local, up in Surrey County.
Okay.
And then, just this last year, that was their first auction they had online. Normally they have it by cellular, we're at the convention center here in Surrey County.
Okay.
So I attend that, but, I had to do it online this year.
Excellent. You did it online because it was convenient, or just...
Well, no, they went through the online process.
Also, there's not even a physical auction.
No, not
So you really had to do it
Yeah,
online.
this is the first year they did that.
Interesting.
And it worked
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah, well, that's what Sean and Tony are saying, is that, 20 years back, you had to physically go there.
Yeah.
And they said the tools that are out there right now are amazing as far as everything that you can get, everything that you can research, the speed at which you can do this stuff. And, again, the economy is such that there's a lot more of it available. And in fact, they also said there's no other country in the world that does tax liens and deeds but the United States. And so there's a lot of countries and people out in different countries around the world that are coming to buy these things online. So as this continues, the knowledge base continues to grow, we're going to have not only competition from the United States, we're going to have competition worldwide for those interest rates.
I think Costa Rica does it.
Costa Rica.
I believe so. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, he was saying they got people from Japan and other places that are coming right online and doing this, and sinking their money, and thrilled that they can get their money at the kind of tax rates that we're talking about.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of percentages compared to real market value are you getting properties within the deeds?
Probably 50 to 60 cents on the dollar.
50 to 60 cents. Yeah. Whereas at the like the REDC auctions, they go in 65 to 70 cents.
Yeah, some of them, the more desirable properties get bid up pretty quick.
Just like everyone.
Yeah, you might have to buy
Somebody
some.
wants it